Hi guys, welcome to Now Watch 716. I'm Eric, and Michelle is off screen, but she's here. Thank you, Michelle. I usually don't do that too often, but it is nice to hear that from the OG Michelle. Uh, uh-oh. All right, cool. So, yeah, I've been getting exhausted trying to do this legendary crafting thing. And not that it's bad, but like you got to pace yourself. And doing it week after week after week is exhausting. So I was looking to do some world versus world tonight. Uh, Maybe not with this character though. I was helping out Michelle. We teamed up with to try to get her in her story, since it's Secrets Return to Secrets of the Obscure. How long is that going on? Oh, for 3 more days. So let me pick a different character. I think I'm gonna do world versus world. I might as well do him. A lot of people have main characters. I don't really feel like I have one. I feel like I have a rotating cast. Well, I don't feel particularly attached to any one character. So, world versus world. You click on this tower thingy over here, and then you click on the crossroads over here, and your assigned team, my assigned team, is the Cathedral of Blood. Look at these amount of people here. So I'm going to go to Mosswood Alpine Borderlands first. Hello, Wins! How are you? My condolences for your kitty. So, are there no more kitties in your home? Are you just a puppy family now? With horsies, of course. Moja Cranberry, hello. It is late for you. How are we doing on this map? We're doing bad. We're struggling. I know, it's too quiet. That's what I felt when Michelle's cat passed away. I just felt like it was too quiet in here.
So he gets a talkative kitty.
And yeah, now we have a very talkative kitty. And if you hear him in the background, it's because he's pissy that we didn't let him have pizza, buffalo wings, or M&Ms, and we ate them in front of him. Obviously, to spite him. So he's a little pissy.
What is this wisdom?
My sister has some cats, but I'm not ready for another yet. No. Take your time, of course. I made a horrible mistake and jumped right amidst an entire group. This was not good. Don't be like me, kids. Hello, Draconic. Not quite enough. I was sleeping. Oh no. Hello. Right? This was so dumb. I was not paying attention because I was just chatting. It is my fault. I don't blame you guys. Learned at work. I am being removed from. Oh no! Why, Cranberry? Okay, you're on now. Ooh, you're on just as Michelle's leaving the party. Sent you an invite. It's okay. Okay, let's take this a bit at a time. How are you, Draconic? I haven't seen you in a while. So I also realized that I ran out of videos to put up for Guild Wars 2, so I had a day today, in fact, where nothing was produced. And whoops, that was my bad. So instead, I'm gonna be filming these like a week out. Client making cuts due to tariffs. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. So they're putting you onto another project. Sorry to hear that. You're still alive? Well, that's good to hear, Draconic. What do you think about the new specializations that they showed off today? I remember your job was making a lot of cuts earlier, Cranberry. Not good. Tariffs, AI, everybody's losing their jobs. So, yeah, I came here way too early. We got like a minute and a half before this guy is available. But there is a commander out here somewhere. Over there. We're going to try to take over the map. All they showed off that I've seen so far is their inability to make some basic... Right? I saw the first like 17 minutes. Like, why couldn't you do a sound check beforehand? Also, why are you streaming at 720p? What's up with your backgrounds? Like, bro, I have no budget on my stream. Why is this about the same level of quality? it was weird. It feels like they gave them no real budget on that stream and threw them in the deep end.
And they told them about it yesterday or something.
They're looking to move me. If they can't move me, I'll be put in training lab. Still receive salary. While not good news, could be worse. Oof. I'm glad you're still there. I'm glad they still have options for you. That is disappointing. That's difficult. You're giving them too much credit. Your quality is much higher. Well, thank you. Woo. That was difficult, dude. Like, I know Michelle was just saying that, threw them out there with like 20-second notice. And I mean, it kind of feels like it, but man, dude, that sucks. Like, yeah. For a company that has as much money, like that should have been a lot more polished. Like even their stuff from like, what, 2 years ago? 5 years ago was a lot more polished than this. It's really weird what they're doing. I mean, I assume it's cost-cutting measures. Is this a world versus world build or a random build? Total random build. Good idea. I should make a world versus world build, but I'm not here so often that I feel it would be worth it.
You should do it.
But I should probably do it. Well, I mean, I assume for world versus world, it'd be mobility first and foremost. It would also be a lot of AOEs. All the more reason to make it more enjoyable if you can. That's a very good point. So am I wrong in my assumption of like mobility and AOEs? Hello, Mr. Shun. Thank you for resubscribing. Not necessarily. It probably didn't announce it. Did you announce it? But mobility, yes, likely. Well, yeah, that's the first thing I thought was so that way you can get from place to place and also get out of the way of people if they outnumber you, like mobs. But I figured AoEs attack the people around you. So instead, what should I focus on? I don't do World versus World too often, so I am happy to hear whatever advice you have to get. You have to get. I'm the one receiving. SA? Oops. Sup, SA. Will you be roaming or in the middle of a zerg or side carrying said zerg because the tag is closed? So typically when I do go into World versus World, I tend to just roam. For tonight, since we happen to have a crowd, I assume I'll be in the middle of a zerg. My goal is to try to kind of fight our way towards the commander and join up our two groups. So tonight I'll be zerging. Well, and there you go. We combined. Ta-da! Damage, support, heals? Okay. Okay, I'm not used to doing support with this character or healing with this character. But damage I can do. Damage is basic, easy. Did we already kill the guy? No, he's down here. So, heals. I think the new staff heals. No, not with warrior. Yeah, staff. I think staff. I like zerging on staff Tempest. Oh. Okay, yeah, that does a lot of AoEs. I find it's a little slow, though. How do you resolve its speed? Okay, so you want some mobility? Yes. And WE spike type skill weapons you may have? Okay, so like damage spike. That may or may not be AoE. I see. And so that's where like Shun was talking about like spear's a good weapon for that because it gives you a bit of range. Get those downs. Yeah, that's kind of the point. Right now I'm going on axe, and rifle. Rifle because it gives me a bit more dodges and allows me to kind of attack from range. But switching to spear in world versus world and maybe staff. I heard some wacky story that warriors can heal with staff. Is it staff? At the very least, it might allow me to get some support. Give some support. Man, dude, I'm messing up my give and gets. Cranberry, do you have a backup plan in case your work decides to like shelve you and if worst comes to worst? Like I'm hoping that's not the case, but I would recommend probably start brushing off your resume and maybe thinking about options. If there's anything we can do to help, we'd be happy to help out. I mean, whatever limited thing that could be. If you'd like us to check out your resume, if you'd like to use us for recommendations, well, we'd be happy to. Support Cranberry. I think it's staff. Yeah, I think so too. I think a mix between staff and spear, maybe. Honestly, we don't even run warrior. Really? There's one build in the comp, but it's not really encouraged. Oh my goodness. What are your top three classes in World versus World? Uh, Elementalist, Thief, and Guardian? I'm trying to think. Mesmer, maybe? Those are the ones that easily come to mind about like a lot of AoEs and with everything that you mentioned. Okay, what's the count on this guy? Soul Beast, Scourge, Dragon Hunter, maybe. I've seen a lot of Dragon Hunters in PvP. Scourge, I've seen a lot too. Okay, Dragon Hunter might be cute. Also, I had Resolve Dispute in DQX. Oh no! A broken computer on day got this news. I'm sorry to hear that. Was everything resolved at least? Or was the result, or was the dispute with you? I think we're just joining this group, Shun. Dragon Hunter has pull, traps, and can provide some stability. I was very much considering that. I've been looking at it a lot with the Guardian that I play with Michelle, because right now it's just vanilla Guardian. But I was really looking at Dragon Hunter. I feel like that would also be a good mix for PvP for the same reasons. I'm really going to consider that.
I've got the target.
It's a lot of Soul Beast stuff. I've seen that a lot because of the damage spikes. I only know it based off of PvP, where they try to pull off some like massive hit, but it's the same type of combo setup, so it's very predictable. Um, thus, I try to dodge it, make them waste their load, and then attack them. Aside from the rotation, a lot of individuals tend to not really know much else. There are exceptions, of course. There are some people who are very good. Spam longbow. Yeah. And then I think it's what? Dagger axe or something? Well, I mean, let us know if there's anything we can do, Cranberry. Playing seabed to try and unstress. Well, that's good. I'm glad you're doing better. Ah, yeah. I remember when Hammer was fucking outrageous with the Soul Beast. Was it Soul Beast? Well, it was way back with Scrapper with the Engineer. That was super annoying. I remember they were all over PvP. So many treasure chests. I mean, thank you, I guess. I mean, it is good. It was just a pain in the butt to fight. But I mean, if it's a pain in the butt to fight, that's that's good. That means it's viable. At least in World versus World. Yeah. Well, I mean, I haven't jumped on PvP yet. It's been a while, but I've wanted to. But interesting. I remember back in the day when druids were still good for World versus World because they would pretty much help heal everybody. Oh my goodness, so much treasure. I mean, yay. I do like that they're updating the ranger pets at least. Like that's a long time coming. At least the AI for them. Okay. You can right click, I think that's it, on the chest and it'll just go, oh my god, thank god. Okay, I will try that next time. Thank you. Just double clicking here was a bit of a pain. I need this at 750.
I've got the target.
The Mesmer Troubadour was weird. The various instruments, like on one hand, like if you want to give out, oh yeah, especially now with this event, and I should probably buff myself. Yeah, I got that. I got that. Okay. Is there anything else I could put down? I guess this. Yeah, I need less than 200. And then I'll get the legendary ring. Oh, that's the only thing I have left for it. I was grinding World versus World for a bit. Um, Probably a year ago. And then it just got exhausting. But yeah, the Troubadour was making me think like it's kind of like the Chronomancer in that they want to give it a lot of buffs, but like I don't know, the different instruments using them as additional tabs was weird. Maybe I just need to think about it a little bit more. Um, the Gale Wind was interesting. I mean, that's just going to encourage me to go Soul Beast and just go all weapon because I can use the long bow with the special thing. You go to sleep now? Okay, Cranberry. Well, thank you for staying up. Sorry you had such a difficult day. I hope tomorrow is better for you.
I'm okay.
I feel like Bard always feels weird. I mean, I guess. I mean, maybe they could pull it off. Mojasumi Cranberry. I I don't know. Like one of the things like Michelle was saying is if it's the Sylvari that trained you in this, why isn't the character a Sylvari? Also with the other one with Luminary, why
Isn't
isn't
it a chart?
why isn't it a Char? Killing people with swords and sorcery is normal. Nobody beats the dragon to death with their loot. Thrash metal. I'm gonna play a guitar solo here. Laziness, right? I mean, like I, I told Michelle, hey, don't be so mean. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they weren't just told 20 seconds ago. But like, the more we keep thinking about it, the more I keep thinking maybe she's not too far off.
Just think or it could have been like a doormat and primordial stick.
It doesn't translate well. The worse it looks. Yeah, it's just. Whoa. Just killing pets? It feels like we're just killing pets. Where did the rest of them go? Okay, it feels like they all went in and I'm left here. Alright. Yay. Oh my god. They're all just hiding inside. Okay. That didn't work out. If they were just told 20 seconds ago, that's very about planning and communication. Right, like that is horrible communication, and that's just setting them up for failure. If that's how bad they did this, then what will the game be like? I agree. Yeah, I gotta stay on tag with the group. Yeah. I tried, I guess I just wasn't paying attention. And that's on me. Um but okay, let's look at the other way. If they were told in advance, then why weren't they better prepared? Why did it look so amateurish? And let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Let they said that they did do a sound check. Maybe it just didn't come up. Oh, whatever.
Maybe they thought it would just work and all you had to do is plug and play, like sometimes we do.
Right, but like, if that was my job, I would practice days ahead. Yeah, then they suck at sound checks. Right, and it's not just sound checks, but it's also like their presentation. Like, I know you want to do the whole like we're a hip casual group, but right now
Gee, that casual is
well right now you want to gain credibility. So professionalism.
casual.
I mean, give it some. I don't know, man. It just looked a little bit amateur. It didn't help build credibility. It didn't help build like trust. There isn't really a good interpretation here. I know, and I'm trying to find one. Have a good night, Michelle. I'm just. It just felt like they were very unprepared for this. I'm glad there was a lot of people involved in the chat. Um, I'm glad that they fielded some of the questions on there towards the end. Um, but it felt like chat was mostly there to be edited and muted than it was to be like actively involved. Where? All the way up there. Um, oh, hello, little Boyak. You can look casual just based on how you dress. You don't need a technically. ignorant, nor does it make you look hip or cool or anything positive leaning. I I think the whole thing adds into it. I think it's a whole package. I think you can look however you want if your delivery looks very professional. Um, but I think everything kind of leans on it. And when you don't deliver, when your presentation looks a bit amateurish, and then you also look a bit casual, like everything kind of piles on. Like I think any one of those could be a bit flexible depending if the other parts of it can compensate for it. But there just wasn't very much to compensate. Actually, if they had dressed up, it might have made it look worse. Well, I mean, like not just dressed up, but also like if they had a bit more of a professional background, if they had a little bit more, I don't know, graphics that kind of show that they put a bit more impact into it. I guess. Am I just? Would it be easier just to go this other way? I mean, I don't know. I guess for me, my approach would have been look, the players are going to play it anyways in the beta. We're here mostly to drive up hype and to kind of use this as a marketing tool. The players will see this for themselves, so let's just give them a taste, but let's mostly focus on presentation and building up anticipation for this. Um, those would have been the priorities. Well, first impressions matter, right? I mean, yeah. So if you're a casual T-shirt or if you wear a suit, then I'm going to get very different vibes from that. I, yes, to a point. Like I think also everything else in I think other things in the presentation also matter, but you can bypass like they're not all necessary. So like I mean, if they would have just still dressed casually but done like a very polished presentation, I think I would have been okay. And it has always been terrible in marketing. But if they hey, look who I caught up to. But if they know that, like when are you going to start compensating for that? Like if I know I'm bad at giving speeches, eventually I would probably just get someone else to give my speech, or I would train on how to give a speech. Like this isn't new. You're right, Wins. But why haven't they learned? But like I was saying, even like their presentations for I don't know, Heart of Thorns and Path of Fire when they were doing those reveals about those specializations. Those were a little bit more interesting. Maybe it's because they had an additional weapon. I don't know. Maybe it was because it was new, and by now it's not as new anymore. But you want to build expectations, and then you want to meet expectations. Those are the big things. Come on. TLDR, they teased up with pictures and no info for a week, only to tell us anything for at least the first 20 minutes because they couldn't be bothered to care about very basic stuff. Yeah, that's frustrating. Also, like while I appreciate being told about all three at once, we have lots of time. Why couldn't you just focus on one and then do one a week and then hype it up? I would also double check with your social media um, because while some of those posts are cool, they're fine, they build hype, some of them are just like a little redundant. Like, I think what I would have done is I would have probably scheduled an hour-long stream, but I would have made it very corporate. I would have opened up with a teaser again for. Let's assume we're gonna start with like the Gale Wind. I don't know. I'm waiting for Cliff Notes first. Because Buckley's with is 2 hours. Oh shit! I shouldn't have jumped. I thought we were going. Whoops. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yep. All right. Yep. Blah. Blah. Well, thank you guys for trying to help out, but that was my bad. I'm sure they're gonna have Cliff Notes. I like Mucklick's version, but also like it's 2 hours, and at the same time it's double speed, so it's kind of hard to understand. And I want to blame it on the video that it's muffled, but I know that it was bad audio. But what I would have done, for example, like let's say it was going to be the Gale Wind, I would have done, I would have, I would have opened up with. Hold on, thank you. Oh shit, not this again. Let's join everybody else. It's 1.5. Actually, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I would have opened up with the teaser again for the specialization, just to get people in the same mindset.
I've got the target.
And then I would have talked about the particular group that is teaching this, such as oh shit, the Tengu. So many dead immediately. And then kind of delved into it with what this is. Jesus. Okay, let's try to res these people. Oh, or not. There's people everywhere. There. Good lord. Alright, let's res some of these people. Oh, yay, I didn't realize I got my daily done. Okay, let's try to rejoin the group. And then I would have just like kind of talked a bit more lore, touched on some mechanics, done a lot more show about the skills and what it is. Um, but I wouldn't have done as much mechanics. Oh shit. I am not doing it. Is someone fighting me? Someone is fighting me. Okay. Hey, look, I'm back with the commander. There's 2 commanders now. I love to hear Ana's explanation on why Tengu are now teaching us new stuff, but still aren't a new playable race. Yeah, I mean, the Coden as well. Your squad leader has left. You may now volunteer to lead a squad. I'm good, bro. I'm good. I don't need to. Don't need to lead a squad. Yes, I agree with you. I think the Tengu have been amazing, and I think the especially the ones from the something of Winds. But those have been really awesome.
Recover. Return.
I'd love to see more of that. Maybe give us like a cutscene. Like you guys had time. Put a cutscene together between all of them. Not necessarily with the commander, but maybe like from their point of view of like why they're teaching this. Or maybe spotlight some NPCs, like foreshadow your upcoming expansion. Or maybe give us a small plot point. Like it doesn't have to be a very long cutscene. but kind of like a movie teaser. Because I would treat your expansions like a movie. Personally, I have absolutely no desire to play as a bird people any more than I want to be a tree. However, when new races are brought up, I hear Tengu more than any other race. Me too. Only because like there was a lot of build up for it. And then when we got Cantha finally, it was assumed that they would finally be playable. I guess like a new race is a big thing for people, but I think from a programming aspect, that is very, very difficult. Oh, okay, I'm good. I don't need to use it. I'm just going to help build. Uh-oh. A lot of blues.
History is mine.
A lot of froggies. That's weird. It should be less work then. At least balance of 9 new elite specs. I mean, maybe. Because you don't need to give those new races all those new specializations. Just basic vanilla would be fine for now. Hey, you're right. Right clicking on those treasure chests. Geez, so many blue. So I wonder what happens to my inventory. Oh, walls are down. So I suppose broken player DPS, etc., isn't as bad as breaking the world. And of course, people love to play with shiny new toys, especially if they're OP. Oh yeah. I mean, or at least like combat tonics, I guess, that are impressive. Like that seems like it would be easier programming. And it doesn't change the game balance. Because the mechanics are the same. That's why I figured that they would do is just introduce a ton of combat tonics. Maybe offer them as like exclusives for people who buy the higher version of the game. So the deluxe versions. Don't offer an outfit. Offer a combat tonic that's specific to that expansion. I was thinking more that if they screw up on a balance, it's less of an issue. I mean, yeah, because they can fix it later. They can put in an update, a patch. Whereas, you know, trying to add a new character to the spaghetti code may destabilize the whole thing. I get it. I don't know, the Gale Wind longbow thing I feel like it's kind of making the longbow weapon kind of moot. Because what, you're gonna have a longbow, then you're gonna have a longbow as well? What about people that have like legendary longbows who want to show that off? Just roll a new character. I don't think that's a very viable solution, Michelle. So there was a presentation by Blizzard when everybody thought they were introducing a game called Diablo 3. Instead, they introduced Diablo for the mobile. And when people started booing, the people that were doing the presentation just turned to the audience and were like, "What? None of you have cell phones?" Like, not the best response. Like, I get it. I remember that, right? It was weird. It was weird. And again, like, because I've just started taking some marketing classes, that is a weird take. But I get, like, in the moment how it's difficult. I mean, truth is, you can't really show off more than at max 2 Lambos at once, no matter how many skins or legendary weapons you have. I agree, but when you introduce an overlay of pretty much a skin, I guess, it kind of means you're not going to be using that or as often or showing that off. It's kind of like a moot point. It's like Lambo on Lambo on Lambo, bruh. Though I was fascinated by their new arrows that they had. They were hoping to have another mobile game that made them as much money as Candy Crush. Oh no, definitely. It's one of the biggest markets. Like as much as people turn their noses up at mobile gamers, they are they are the biggest growing market, but they're also one of the biggest people that spend the most money on games. Uh, and I hate the cash grab. Me too. But if you think about it in the pragmatic way, almost every product that is sold to you is a cash grab. It's just how subtle are you about it, or how much of a priority is that? It's definitely a priority. It's just top 5. Almost nobody will ever notice my legendary underwater weapons or that my feet are bare, right? You have the Queen Jenna special, I see. Man of culture and taste. Quentin Tarantino would be proud. I don't know. Longbow could be nice. Who uses that these days? Definitely not Rangers anymore, right? Well, I do like how they were saying, for Rangers lately, we've been, and for characters in general, we've been doing a lot of melee weapons, so we want to introduce a ranged weapon. So here's a longbow. My ranger is hammer and greatsword. My ranger is, I think, twin axes and longbow. But I'll often use the stormbow. I love the stormbow skin. I think that's gorgeous. Give me a mobile cannon. I mean, like, I would be cool. Like, I like a lot of the rifle designs. When are we getting the pirate class? Yar! Well, the new Galewind, you get upgrade to, like, the bird pets that you have. I hope that they eventually work on the others, but focusing on the bird pets is interesting. We could try a pirate that way. The random people being invited always makes me trip out because I think, am I missing a message somewhere? I'm looking forward to the new Guardian. The Luminary, right? It's it's interesting, especially with the idea. It feels like they're making them more like necromancers, giving them like a shroud form. I don't know how good like all those light auras are going to be. What's the difference between the thief and the pirate? Pirates are cooler. Good job, Draconic. Michelle laughed from 2 rooms over. But I mean, let's look at it in perspective. This is their first attempt at trying a specialization without a new weapon. That's already something difficult that people were already used to. Um, so I don't know. It just feels like they're crossing classes, you know? Kind of like in Guild Wars 1, where they would elementalist slash warrior or warrior slash monk. I think that's what they're kind of doing here. Because the Guardian's going to be a little bit more like a necro from what it felt like. Which, I mean, in theory is interesting. But I'm going to have to look at it. I do like it at the end when they were like, how do you think people will use these specializations in World versus World PvP and PvE? And there was like a long pause of, oh, well, I don't know. We didn't think about how they would use it. We just thought about making it, I guess. Is it difficult, or is it more that it's less work because they don't have to make new weapons work with each class? I mean, it's easier in that way, but like what I mean by more difficult is selling it to an audience when you're removing features. Reminds me of a Revenant. You mean half a class? The Revenant was weird. Yeah, very, very weird. It was an interesting idea, but I mean, I felt like it should have just been a specialization of the Guardian, of the Necromancer. Like, it didn't need to be its own class. I don't even know what another heavy class would have been like. Harder sell should not and does not mean harder to program. Oh no, I agree. But I mean, your selling point also has to be, it has to be form as well as function. Oh, that's a bad idea. Especially when you're sitting here like doing all this and you're trying to promote your mini expansions, you definitely should. Yeah, okay. While it doesn't need to be your priority and probably shouldn't be your priority, how to sell it should be top five. Bard and Antiquary makes me go ew.
Death stalks me.
Ah! Hope for a gambler like a thief, like Latro Burglar. You know, personally, if it's anything like the Hamburglar, I would be happy. Well, right now, their selling point is cat. Yeah, I mean that made the rounds through a lot of places, which is sad because that's what you're known for. Is that you guys kind of bungled it a little bit, and I don't blame the poor people who are presenting it. I get it, dude. It was a shitty situation for them, but they should have had more support or oversight. What is killing me? Oh, this guy. You know, I do have F1 and F2s. You're right. You're right, Draconic. I am. I'm just walking around, apparently. Look, this is what happens when you forget your buttons. Don't be like me, kids. Don't be like me. Latro has a minstrel too. Screaming killer or healer. Interesting. Where the hell? Oh my god. Off tag means no boons, no cleanses, no heals, no stability. Oh, you're absolutely right. Where? Oh, they were inside the place, I guess. Be on tag. Well, there you go. In all caps, Draconic, repeating your message. Doing the Lord's work, sir. Doing the Lord's work. And now we got this walk of shame the entire way. Especially Mr. No Conical. Hey. That's ever more reason that I should be with the group. For sure. Apparently, I'm just not paying attention tonight, I guess. I need to focus or like get me some caffeine. Right? But your amount of time to judge, that is measured in seconds. Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely, definitely. Oh, F1, F2. Yeah, you got a lot of things, especially in again in World versus World or in PvP, is very circumstantial. There's some generic like routines you can go through, but you need to be flexible and you need to adapt to your situation. And you should focus on your game. Pro tip. Because if you're distracted, um, yeah, you're gonna die a lot. So, I mean, that's on you. Or you know what? Just get good. It does help to be in a group, though. That way you can hide amongst them, and it gives you a lot more leeway to make mistakes. Some tags are absolutely too. Oh, did that one die? You know what? Boop. AoE for Mass Effect. Right? Just lots of AoEs. Yay! Hey, look, I caught up to the commander, kinda. I'm catching up to the commander. I'm close to the group. I feel like they all decided to like waypoint back here and start up again. That would be so cool, just for me. I couldn't decide, so I figured people could just fill in the blank because they like project. Like, we'll finish this sentence. They did. Aw, thank you, Shun. It's a late happy birthday present. And by the way, thanks for recommending this, Shun. This is a lot of fun. I bashing my head to get like this the legendary armor. I think taking a break is a good idea. I don't mind it. I know that it is a lot of work, but taking a break every once in a while is a good idea. I've also been super busy because going back to the office and getting a new contract, I guess, consulting contract. Uh, oof, long hours. So I haven't been able to play this as much as I've wanted. But there's something relaxing, like being amidst an entire zerg. Maybe it's that herd mentality. Someone new tagged up a few days ago. We followed a direction over by Overwatch. Okay. It was stupid, but the first time I didn't say anything. As they were preparing to do it again, I simply asked, "Why is it? Why is that going to work any better than the last time?" Did they give you an answer? Like I don't mind people doing things I disagree with, as long as like they have a reason of some sort. Like I'm interested in hearing their what drove them to make that decision. They said, "Good point." What do you? Oh, that's very sweet. I it it's about 50-50 in my experience for people to take questions or criticisms uh, open mindedly. I'm glad that the person was willing to hear you out. I mean, I assume they meant it sincerely and not like uh, sarcastically. So I said, let's make them come out. Come to us. Drop cats or something and they'll come out. It worked. Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad it was a sincere, like, question that they learned from it and they grew. I'm glad. I'm glad. You know what? Don't get too far from the group. Don't get too far from the group. Let's just kind of be over here. A lot of kites. I mean, they're cute. I like the little shark ones. I realized a lot of people either get defensive, well, not a lot, about half, get defensive or just kind of boot you. Oh, we're attacking the next one from here. Are you guys hitting them? Well, they wanted to go through a choke point where we'd be vulnerable. Go right, opposite the enemy zerg, and then engage the zerg. That's too much time being vulnerable and not engaging the enemy. That's very clever. Uh-oh, we got people coming up. Don't go too far out. Stay with the group. Yeah, I mean, not everyone like thinks about it that way. I think it's a great mentality. I think it's a great idea to kind of know the lay of the land and kind of um, make a decision about how to approach them. Like over here, I think they're trying to bait us out. So the people that stagger off get ambushed by the people over there. I assume that the walls are down. And I completely missed the water. Boop. Alright. Let's do this. I think there's an achievement not to get hit by meteors here. La 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 la. La 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 la. Boop. Boop. Alright guys, I gave it as much as I could. I could tag, but there's generally much better drivers available in the guild, so I don't need to in order to get the objectives I can't solo. I see. I don't know where everybody else went or why. I assume they're fighting off the other people. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of being a commander. One, because I just don't feel comfortable. See, I know, I'm trying to. Maybe I should move around and not just play. Okay, I need to back up a bit. Why is the commander out there? Because I assume they're fighting other people? Heals on tag. Yeah. But the tag is way out there. I assume they're trying to take on the ads. See, there's the commander now. Now I feel a lot more comfortable jumping in. Or opposing players. That's what I think. But, yeah, by ads I meant like other players. That's what it looked like. Which is why I was trying to keep up the pressure here on the Lord. CCs. Don't need to. Really? He won't just heal up? Why is he? Oh, he's behind a column. I thought it would be best just to kind of multitask. But especially when I don't have my own, I don't have too much of like Condi cleanses or healing. Maybe. Unless the Lord is down and you're trying to stop the other side from resing the Lord, it's not an issue. I see. Okay. So I guess... Whoa, that's a lot of red dots. So I guess it's the basic idea of try to stick with the tag. Okay. I will do my best. That is a lot of red dots. Oh my god. What are we... Oh, we're not going to fight them? Okay. Are we going to fight them? What's your plan? Trebuchet? Okay.
Sharper still.
There's a trebuchet. Okay. I mean, we got a lot of players rushing over there. I like that whole stay on tag. Oh, okay, you're moving over there too. I thought you were just lecturing everyone for moving too far ahead, taking the bait. Oh, they're catapults. Carrying supply, possibly. Interesting. When we have a moment... Let me see here. 567. I got about 10 tickets. When you get cowed, it drains your supply. Oh. Really? I didn't know that. Whew. Yeah, like I said, I haven't really had a chance to do much of World versus World. This is nice to be able to do this here. Especially if it gives me that those extra tickets. So I had the life suffused thing up at 20, and yet nothing happened. So I'm trying to get it, I guess, back up to 20, and we'll see what happens. I don't know if I have to do it numerous times. Hey, look at that, repelled enemy attackers. Yay! I think that's 2 levels I gained tonight. Yeah, normally on World versus World, I'm just roaming. It's maybe 1 out of 3 or 1 out of 4 times that I find a commander on the map. Are we repairing this? Oh no, we see all those green people out there. What are we doing about them green people? Probably not. Oh, my goodness. So do you play a lot of World versus World, or do you play like a variety of other um, genres, I guess? Uh-oh. Them's a lot. Okay, so we are confronting them. Oh, alright. Too many resurrectors. Especially not if you're not able to also take out their siege. I see. Mostly World versus World. Too much World versus World, truth be told. Aw. I have a friend, Sean, who did a ton of World versus World. He would do it just to like relax or pass the time. And again, it'd be stuff like this, just following a zerg around. Like I said, this is, if you stick with the zerg, it's actually kind of relaxing. It's chill. And really, a lot of World versus World is just about just putting in the hours. You don't have to be great. Just participate here and there. Get your tier 6 participation and then just chillax. Do a bit here and there. You'll get your stuff. It helps when you have buffs too. It helps speed up the time. La 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 la. And like what Shuna mentioned earlier, a lot of AoEs.
Come here.
La 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 la. Seeing the trailer for the new expansion was, I hate to keep overusing the word interesting. Like it didn't overwhelm me with hype. I know all the music wins. It didn't fill me with hype, but at the same time, I wasn't too jaded. Like I'm looking forward to I'm trying to keep an open mind to what they have there. I'm trying to also temper my expectations. Right? I'm cautiously optimistic, I guess. I hope they get more homestead options. I think that would be cool. Um, I'm interested in following up on the story of the Inquest. It's been a while. They were a little overused for a bit there. I like the idea of them kind of going back into their own lore for some of these specializations and kind of expanding on it. They did mention the homesteads. What'd they say? Because I wasn't there for the entire presentation. I was on my lunch break. So I was there at the end of the Troubadour and at the beginning of the Gale Wind. Just the new location. Okay. New legendary accessory. Hopefully it won't be unique. Okay, and legendary breather. That is interesting. Beyond that, I'm just waiting to see what might be good from it. Yeah, I mean the legendary ring would be interesting because then you can get it outside of World versus World and uh, raids, like a South Sun type maybe. That would be awesome. I would love for them to do something with South Sun. I thought that my idea was to offer up to further the story of the consortium in South Sun with them selling land like lots of South Sun to people to have their homesteads, and then doing like a little story on the side. I don't think it's a ring. I'm pretty sure it's the other type. Really? I thought it was a ring, the aqua breather, and something else. Huh. I mean, you could be right. It could have just been being like too overly optimistic about it. Like an accessory is what you mean, instead of a ring. I've been helping a new streamer lately. Yay! I know. Remember you mentioned that. Our community helps this game more than anything. That's always a positive thing they walk into, for sure. I've enjoyed it, and I still enjoy it, and if I can pay it forward, I'm happy to. Because right now you can have 3 rings, technically, because Conflux isn't unique. Correct, and that's what I was trying to do with Conflux, is build it up twice in World versus World. The other accessories, there's only 2, and that's it if you want Legendary. I see. They are in love, but all X-Packs, that's awesome. That is very awesome. It's always nice to see a new player's perspective of the game. Yeah, I know. I think the other 2 accessories are from the story, I think. Season 2, Season 3, I think. We just finished Living World 1. How they like it? They managed to streamline Living World 1 to kind of have it focused on the Scarlet story. When I assure you originally it was anything but focused. They were throwing, it seemed like they were throwing a lot of things at the wall, trying to see what stuck. And it was very slow paced. Also, we're getting fashion templates, which include infusions. That would be cool. The infusions part is what I'm excited about or interested about. I don't know so much about fashion, only because I got 1 billion transmutation stones. But I am interested in the infusions because that hasn't been able to be duplicated. They enjoyed it, especially the increased difficulty. Ah! Yeah, wait until they do, what is it, Season 3? With Bloodstone Fen? Or Heart of Thorns. I remember Heart of Thorns was a shock to a lot of players who were not used to doing that. 2 gets it too. Okay, where is the main guy? Over here. But you're right, Draconic. There are very limited ways to get legendary accessories. Shadow of the Dragon fights. That that seemed harder than it really was. After a while, like if you see their patterns, that Shadow of the Dragon fight, not too hard. Because I remember the first time I played it, I was terrified. But like after a bit, I was just dodging them like easy. Super easy. Well, not having to recreate a look that you have, like especially if you have 100 or more of each type of skin to look through. Yeah, I mean, specifically having pre-designated like one button and you have this outfit that you want, that would be cool. And right, Wins, I think a lot of this game is just learning the patterns, and then that helps you be a bit more comfortable. It could cost some number of charges if needed. I care just give me convenience, right? And that's where like all of this could go into is convenience. I like that. I like doing that work for it. You have to learn to recognize the patterns. Yes. And they do try to train you in that. There's usually some stuff that comes up that kind of builds on it. Lavra templates was nice. Yeah, it looks like they're taking inspiration from other MMOs, which isn't bad. Do what works and kind of learn from it. Like the thing for me is mostly, I'm just concerned about the presentation and execution. Full legendary armor already says I don't need charges. Yeah, that's true. And I got like 1 million transmutation charges anyways because of PvP. It will be nice to finally have a complete legendary outfit now with the Alcor Breather. See, and I have 2,000 and I never use them anymore, right? That was my thing. Because I was trying to save them for looks that I really, really wanted or things that I wanted to change. But, like, once I have a full set, it's All right, it's a new month. Time to change my outfit. It's a Monday. Time to change my outfit. But in some ways, that gets you invested in the game. That gets you invested in getting more outfits, unlocking more outfits, unlocking and getting more transmutation stones. I think they should add a merchant that you can trade them for evolving skills that you can only trade transmutation stones for. That would be interesting. Like you don't care about not having the actual weapon itself. You just want the look. Another 262 and I'll have 10,000 charges. What do I do with that? Yeah, I think Shun's idea is a great idea for those that have too many transmits. How many do I have? I think I'm maybe 120, maybe. Where are we at? No, not that one. Let's go with that. Let's do that. Okay, 2,776. Did this guy warp back? I think he did. It does add up. It's not a bad thing. I mean, I enjoyed that I had so many because it allowed me kind of the luxury of just switch, not really thinking about it and switching out to whatever I happen to come across. So when they introduce like new skins in a new map or new expansion, like I'm willing to check it out. Because otherwise, if I had limited or like no uh, extra transportation stones, I would be very careful. But like what Draconic said, once you have legendaries, it doesn't matter anymore because those are free transmutation stones essentially. It's just a bit more of a pain in the butt to kind of get an outfit. Oh, these poor two people. They were just here trying to like run by or roam, and this group just showed up.
Liberation. What becomes
I do like that you can see how much resources or material you have. Supply you have. That is that new here? It basically means use. It basically means unless I take the time to care about fashion wars on a brand new character, they just pile up. No, it's not new. Oh, okay, so commanders can like get groups together and then they can see how much supply they have in World versus World. That's cool. I must have not paid attention to that before. But as a commander, that would be cool because then you can see how much it's needed to build what you're looking for and if you already have it. Anybody down? Nope. Okay. Well, that was something. Yeah, I hadn't noted these before. It goes beyond that, actually. There's a command to see exactly who has how much. Really? That's cool. It lets you coordinate a lot better. So you can yell at people who aren't building. Oh, that's cool. I think we're just going around helping repair things. Oh my god. Okay. I thought my War Claw would take the damage like Yoshi. I keep forgetting that it doesn't do that in World versus World. That's why they were gliding. Okay. No, that makes sense. Well, they were kind enough to res us and wait for us, I guess. They didn't have to, but that was very nice. It was our own stupidity that kind of did that to us. I'm just so used to in PvE that it doesn't matter. Your pet will just soak it up anyways. Suppose, give me a second. Did I get it? I think I did. That was amazing accuracy, I think. There was um, a flying little bug. We got all the bonus Clint tickets. Yay! Excuse me, sir. Have you considered letting our Lord and Savior gravity into your heart? uh, it was my mistake. I really should have been thinking about it. That right clicking thing, amazing, Draconic. RGL Drive did a great one a few days back. I love teasing Eric. No, no, you guys are fine. If it's a bit much, I will speak up, obviously. But I mean, really, a lot of these things are my own fault. So I understand. And in some cases, I try to figure out what I did wrong. Thank you, Wins. I care for you too. And in some cases, I just need to kind of wrap my head around it, think about it for a few days, and then kind of think about how to adopt it. Like I think having a world versus world build is a great idea, Draconic. And I already kind of figured out the things I want to experiment with. Like I said, I think staff and spear might be an interesting idea. And then I just got to look at the traits. This is your world versus world build? That's cool. What weapons do you use, Shun? Well, what class are you? I have to look at the supporting skills over here for what would help in mobility as well.
Don't cause trouble on my watch.
Maybe also have, like a condition cleanse. Instead of clicking their utility booster, they clicked on Armistice Bastion scroll and teleported there instead. Huh! What's the Armistice Bastion scroll? Longbow Ranger. Oh! Pure crit build. It shreds. Yeah, just hang. Well, it sucks when they have a lot of reflex. So it's like mistlock. Oh! I know what you're talking about. Okay. Really? Huh. I'll have to check that out. But it's in World versus World. Interesting. That's cool. Yeah, a lot of engineers, elementalists have reflex now. I know that because I have a rifle and they just bounce back. So I have to kind of watch out for them. Specifically, engineers, they love to use it. But I've seen Guardians also use it, as well as elementalists. I'm just trying to see if I missed that thing. Reflects are just a good idea in general right now. Yes, especially in World versus World. Um, Maybe in PvP a bit. In PvE, I just find it very situational, where it doesn't come up very often, but it's useful at rare times. I only need a tiny bit for my gift of battle, but it's just not in the right mind for Zerg. That's totally understandable. Like I said, for me, it's almost like doing group yoga. But less having to look at people. Instead, you're just here in a digital world. And you don't have to go anywhere. I know one of the things I do miss that I used to do a lot was play in PvP and try to keep refining what I was doing. Learn the build, learn the mechanics, learn what everybody else was doing, and kind of continuously try to improve. Ooh. You can ignore the Zerg in Rome as long as you don't let it bother you too much when you run over. It'll probably be by a Zerg. Yeah, definitely. I'm just doing Star Wars The Old Republic story for my legendary title. Aw. Consular Last Core story. That's cool. Did you finish up the other game you were playing? Uh, or did you just move away from it? Death Stranding 2, right? I remember you were playing it a lot. Ah, ah. What are we doing? What are we doing? I do gotta say, this has been a very nice change of pace, at least for tonight. If you're tuning in on YouTube, thank you for tuning in. So I ran out of material because a lot of times I was just grinding and I thought, this doesn't make for a good stream. So today I actually ran out of stuff to put. So I'm working on it. Death Stranding 1. Oh, okay. Not done, but we'll do more. Okay. Were you looking to do part 2? And I think you brought it up very well, Wings. I think whenever you lose a pet, what struck me the most is just how quiet it is and how much of a presence they were, and their absence really stands out. So my heart goes out to you. Maybe when it goes on sale, okay. Hey, on Discord, uh, DM me your birthday so that way I can keep track of it, and I'll see if I can get you a gift. I try to give my friends gifts on their birthdays. Not that I'm obligated to, or that you guys expect me to, and not that I necessarily will. But if I have the money, if I have the time, I'd be happy to. Also, I'd like to wish you a happy birthday. So just like, and I will not remember if you tell me. So I usually have to put it on a schedule. Every time I get up, he should be here. I know, I know. That's that is tough. Like I keep telling Michelle, hey man, um, don't don't appreciate our new cat after he's gone. Appreciate him now. I know he could be a bit of a butt, but he's just a kitty, bro. These are the memories he's gonna build. These are the memories you're gonna build. So make the most of them. But yeah, he wasn't too pleased when he saw us eating pizza, buffalo wings, and then M&Ms, and he was like, why can't I have any of that? Because Michelle only buys him the dry food. And so it gets a little old for him. Oh my god. Alright, let's not get too confused. Let's not get too distracted. Stay near the tag. Help build, help build. Oh no, canned healthier. Canned is healthier, really? Do you have any particular brand, or is every cat different? Like I try to give him tuna every once in a while, probably like once every 2 to 3 months. Um, but I haven't done my homework on what's okay with cats. Like I was thinking maybe giving him some chicken, but like take the skin off, so that way there's no um, that way it's just the meat. Vet said the worst canned is better than the best dry. Really? I'll do a bit of research because I was just going with what Michelle was going with, and she might have just gone with the dry food because financially you can buy more at a cheaper price. But I don't know. I use Chiba or Fancy Feast, grain free. Well, also Michelle liked to just pour the food out and let the cat graze on it. All right, we going in? But I don't really know. This is my first full-time pet, part-time pet, shared ownership pet. I don't know. A pet that I'm kind of responsible for, I guess. If you feed wet, they'll eat less dry. Ah, I see. So Michelle gives him wet food in the morning, once a day, and then at night, just gives him dry food.
I feel strong.
Try to stay with the tag. Min's only ate dry if really hungry. Yeah, that works. Yeah, that's kind of been her routine. Um, but I don't know. Maybe buying some Fancy Feast or some wet food, canned food here and there might be a good idea. What is hitting us? So many people. What are we doing? Chiba's nice with single servings. Okay.
Wash your face.
This is such a bad idea, but I'm gonna stand right here. I'm gonna go check on the air conditioning real quick because I'm feeling really warm. Of course, it was 74 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm dying of heat here, guys. I brought it back down to 70. Move with tag. Okay. Ah! Didn't realize we were going to be playing hopscotch here. Helps them stay more hydrated too, since cats evolve to get their liquid from their prey. Ah, interesting. I'll run it by Michelle. I know her first thing is going to be, well, which one? Which brand? How much? Who's going to pay for it?
Only death.
I've been chilled all day. Have it 78 over here.
Sharper still.
Feels like I'm in. I was gonna say, I feel like I'm in a battle, but I am in a battle. A lot of blah blah blahs.
You will obey.
Oh, we're finally going in here.
Knowledge is power.
That was a blast.
I think lupus, flare, and fever. Aw. Yeah, I understand.
Can't stop it. Dead for great justice.
It's just a stressful week. Yeah, it sure seems like it. Uh-oh. CCs! Bam, 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 and that's kind of it. Well, one more, I guess. There you go. I am glad to see you on here. I almost missed hanging out with you guys, Noon and Wins. I even missed you. I even missed you, Draconic. I also missed you, Draconic. Not, I even missed you. No, it is nice. It is nice to have chat. I know I don't always talk about mechanics and stuff, so it is nice to kind of get back into the concepts of the game. Hopefully Haley okay to ride tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll have to call her masseuse. That horse is so spoiled. Michelle would be very upset if I had Cookie with a private masseuse. She already gets jealous when I give him little kitty massages. Emblem of the Avenger complete. We got a lot of kamikaze people.
Little help.
Hey, if she hurts. No, that's true. I'm just saying, you're a very nice owner. Ah, what the hell? Right? Hey, Draconic, you're in! And it like I genuinely, it is nice to hear from you. You bring up the conversation. You stimulate the intellectual part of this game. Yeah, I know. I didn't realize. I was like, someone's whispering me. That's nice. I don't know what. You're welcome. Yeah. I know it's the last step. She was almost sitting on me when I massaged it. Oh. Well, welcome to the Zerg, Draconic. I've been listening to a lot of Shadowrun 5th edition rules and playthroughs because one of my friends is going to be running a Shadowrun game and he wants me in as a player. It's a live tabletop. Charge! Right? So it's nice to get back in the tabletop. I've been the game master, the storyteller, whatever. Oh shit! Whatever you call it. I know in World of Darkness they call it storyteller. I don't know what they call it in Shadowrun. Game master? Oh my god! Why does it feel like a jumping puzzle? Look, it's not that hard. Go over there, then go over there. Climb up the stairs. Done. Lord. Have to overcomplicate things. There. We're okay, man. We're okay. Pick us up some supply for the depot. Get some materials. Whew. But yeah, thank you for coming back on, Draconic. It is nice to hear from you again. I hope the temperature is nice wherever you are. I know a lot of us have had issues with temperatures, I guess. Too hot, too cold, too wet. It's nice at the moment, but only because the door's open and the fan is on. Oh, okay. I find it hard to be, probably because I'm not a big fan of bugs, but I find it hard to be a type of person that opens the door or the window, even if there's a screen. I guess, I don't know. It probably leans into how I was raised and like hashtag childhood trauma. But yeah, I've always preferred air conditioning. Um, but we do what we can, when we can. Oh, there's a lot of people up there.
Another.
I do like seeing the little horsies. I assume that's from elementalists.
Recovery.
I think that's their latest or their third specialization. I keep forgetting what that's called.
Swift stream.
Heal catalyst. There you go. Good. There you go, Wins. See? The catalyst. That's the one with the hammer, right? Woo! Yeah, Michelle and I couldn't remember what it was called. Because we remembered the Tempest. We remember the Weaver. Well, we couldn't remember. See, it shows you how long we were out of the game. Like, we really stopped playing right as we beat the core part of End of Dragons. Not the Living World epilogue for it. Oh, the gates are down. Ow. I feel like I walked into that one. Rah, 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 rah. Rah, rah, rah. Moving slow attacks.
Active fighting condition.
Sure. Stay close here with the group. Incoming! That reminds me a lot of that one map at PvP where you have the catapults.
See that? Tell me you saw that. You can't stop me. Adrenaline rising is mine.
He sees. Okay, everybody else is coming in here. Here, man.
Come here.
Feel the adrenaline.
Stop.
Gaining adrenaline.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't 1v1 this champion.
Armored up.
Take your advice and stay with the tag. Leave the Lord alone for now.
Fixed. Focus.
Here
Concentration.
come the flames.
Refresh. Back in fighting condition.
Oh wow, we're really going out there and fighting as many of them as possible. Okay. This is a little much.
Not enough energy. For great justice, I wield great wisdom. Refresh.
Back on my feet.
Opposing players are a much bigger problem and generally give better loot. I see that. Now I understand it a bit better. So I was like, why are you doing that? It's just the players keep coming back.
For great justice.
Where? Okay, stay with the group. And the group is over there.
Rush.
I do like how we're kind of tapping the alert every once in a while and then moving back out. Also, PPT, points per tick is often looked down on.
Your soul is mine.
What do you mean points per tick is looked down on? Like people who are just tapping and then trying to wind down time and not really participate? Where is... They're out here somewhere. There he is. Only being there for the rewards as opposed to the fights. I see. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, if you're part of a Zerg, you should try to, like, participate. Don't just, like, tag and leave. Or try to just get the treasure and go outsies. Wow, there are a lot of them. Oh no, okay. Let's just do this. Oh man, the right clicking idea, Draconic? Effing game changer. Am I in combat still? I am.
Vacate these premises.
Refresh. You can never have too much treasure.
So much stuff. Hey, hey!
Refresh.
What are we doing? Okay. Alright, can we rest people? Everything else is good? Woo! Woo! That was intense.
Refresh.
Hey, special! Hey, we got the achievement! Yay! Stay thirsty, my friend. Tomorrow, Michelle and I got Michelle and I tickets to see Fantastic Four in the morning. We have reserved tickets. We've already ordered our brunch from them, so they're going to give it to us in our reclining seats. And they're assigned seating, so we don't have to worry about like what time we show up or anything else. We have guaranteed seats and we know where we're sitting. So I look forward to it. Is there any Spline Depot? Nope.
Another.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff. Okay, I'll have to sort through that later. Hey, look, more transmutation charges. Add that to the pile. What is this? War machine selection? I'll have to... 3! Gifts of battle! Oh my god. Is there a quicker way to do this other than click, 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 click? I assume there's not. And the commander already moved on. Okay. Alright. Renga Oscar's heading off. Okay, so we're just going to follow Mummy Doc. Where? Oh, where? Down there. Okay. How are we doing with our tickets? 644. Oh, I finished the World versus World event for now. For me, so I think I might get off for now. Okay, no worries. I'm probably going to be getting out of here in probably an hour. I just wanted to see if I can do a solid 3 hours of this. Mostly to kind of make a big push towards getting 750 of these. Like I think it's within. I think it's feasible. Especially because like the more you're involved, the higher you go up on this, the more you get. Oh, I could use some supply. There you go. But thank you for joining on, Shun. Much appreciated. This was fun. And thank you for the idea. I think I already finished the achievement. I just gotta double check. Yeah, definitely. Like I said, there's a lot to say about being part of a Zerg in that it's relaxing. Most of the time, I was able to just lose myself in the conversation here. Except for like the 3 to 4 times when I completely died or jumped off to my death. I think all of it was still like death. Lots of loot. Honestly, this in Fractal Rush was one of the best ones to do. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I recommend it. It is amazing. I got my task done here really quickly. All right, achievement. Hey, okay, well, I guess I did all of World versus World. Rush. I mean, I got a few more things to do here. But these just give memories of battle, which I don't really need too much of, but it's nice. See, my original plan was to just make 2 legendary rings from World versus World. Conflux. And really, all I need is just tickets for the first Conflux. And then I just need to get the rest for the second one. But, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. And again, I don't know like if they're going to have special effects. With the new back item, that it's now also a glider. That's interesting. It adds extra... It gives extra value. So I am interested in seeing what their new legendary... See, I'm thinking their legendary weapons are going to be just all 3 underwater weapons. Harpoon gun, trident, and spear? They've already introduced the legendary spear. Well, the second legendary spear. So I don't know if they're going to do a third. But who knows? Because I think it's 3 accessories and 3 weapons that they're going to be releasing as legendaries. Oh, that's cute. That is very cute. Pretty sure it's 3 weapons and 1 accessory, but 3 would be nice. Let me double check. Like, that's actually bugging me now. What is it? It's Visions Guild Wars 2. Visions of Eternity Legendary. A new legendary Aqua Breather. Run? Oh, no. Okay. Thank you for the advice, Shun. La la la, don't mind me. Don't mind me. All right, let's see here. Legendary aqua breather, legendary ring, legendary accessory, and 3 new legendary weapons. So I assumed it was going to be the 3 underwater weapons because it seems like they're emphasizing underwater.
Obey the law and we'll have no problems.
They're upgrading the skimmer. It's a ring and an accessory. Yeah. Right?
Never have too much treasure.
Oh, and the aqua breather and 3 weapons. So it's a total of 6 legendary items. Legendary things. But I forgot about the ring since I have 2 conflicts already. You're not the only one. A lot of people have done the conflict route. I think, Shun, you got conflicts as well, right? Or did you actually go balls out and do the raids? I forget what that one's called. But, I mean, my plan was just to do conflicts twice. Yeah, about a year ago. Yeah. But, I mean, I wonder what they're going to do with them if they're going to add extra stuff. Again, a lot of it's about value. And value tends to be subjective. But, I mean, you can kind of ballpark it for most people. You're not going to hit every person in your audience, but hopefully, like, a lot of them. Sup, guys? Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm going to try to sleep. Have fun. Okay, Wins. Well, thank you for jumping on. I appreciate you. It is nice to hear from you. It's nice to be on here again. I've been gone for a bit. Um, or it feels like I've been gone for a bit. It is good to catch up with everyone. Thank you. Thank you for jumping on. And please, 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 please do message me what your birthday is. I'm sure not the only one. I'm sure Michelle would also like to wish you a happy birthday too. Night. See you around. All right. I'll try to be a bit more active on our Discord. I know I've been like so distracted with everything. As you can see tonight, I'm easily distracted apparently. You did? Awesome. I'll check it out. I'll put it on my calendar. That way I have my people remind me. Man, old school days when you had to just memorize people's birthdays. That was insane. Or memorize phone numbers. That was difficult. Like I look back on that and I'm like, I don't think I'd have the energy to do that again. I think it was just necessity must. And so you just did it because, well, you had to.
Hurts, doesn't it? Stand your ground.
6:44. Sure, like remembering phone numbers. Yeah, that sucked. Remembering phone numbers, remembering addresses, remembering birthdays, like all of those. Like you had to store them. Later on, they came up with ideas like Palm Pilots or index cards. But for a while, it was just memorize it. Figure it out, bruh.
Little help.
I'll revive you soon.
But that thing was ingrained in you. I don't know, for us, it was you had to learn your home phone number. Otherwise, like, if you were kidnapped, you were gone. Uh-oh. Ruh-oh. Stay with the group. Stay with the group. Blah. Thank you. Ah. 2 steps. these guys back here. Boo. Blah. Blah. Alright, is there a way to run back over? Oh, thank God we're... Oh, never mind. I was like, thank God we're not that far, but we are pretty far. Alright, well, I'll run where I can. So I guess from here... Oof, this is gonna suck. Yeah, here, through there. Through there. I guess jump over there. Yeah, well, let's just start. Oh, Noble Soul is healing me. So maybe I should not just spawn. Thank you. I was already planning out my long trek back. Give me a second. I'm going to go get some supplies before they run out.
That feels good.
Or not. Alright, go towards the tag. Go towards the tag. Sup? What are we doing? You know, there's a lot of stuff that we used to do that we just don't do anymore. Row. I do like how many of us are trying to res everybody else. It keeps our numbers up. And it's a nice thing to do.
Nice and lethal. That's the stuff.
Well, hello there.
Hurts, doesn't it?
Oh, I was wondering why I wasn't getting the supplies. And that's because we don't have this base yet. We haven't taken it yet. I see.
Refreshing.
Stand your ground.
Well, let's fix that.
Right. Potency. Power. Getting power. I'll destroy you all for quick justice.
I am cautiously optimistic about what they're looking to do with underwater content. Like, I really hope that they do something amazing with it. But that also feels like that may be expecting too much.
Strength. Potency.
Also, apparently that Gale Wind Ranger
Quick justice.
will have a... The longbow will turn into the harpoon gun, a version of a harpoon gun, underwater. Okay, let me get out of here. Jeez.
See that? Tell me you saw it.
I just gotta pay attention to where our commander is
Heat level stable.
and try to stay close.
Stand your ground. For quick justice. Let it live life.
So, all in all, this is world versus world when you're in a zerg. I guess long story short, playing with people is awesome. And it makes your life a lot easier. Fighting people is a mix. There. Very true. Right, Draconic? I mean, but like most games, most games, yeah, I would say that. Playing with people is makes the game a lot more fun.
Fixed, focused, concentration.
I also like what they've done with this game and how they made it fun to team up with other people. Like your own rewards, uh, your own mining source, all of that, really cool. Because coming from like WoW to this blew my mind. Man. How are we doing here? 644. 654. Well, less than 100 to go. What are we doing, bro? Oh my goodness. I mean, and the thing, like I started this comfortably. I love the World versus World event for the tickets. Me too. This has helped a lot. Because really, if once I get 750, like that's all I need for the legendary ring. And then bam, I got me one of the two rings. I mean, I'll still probably I won't stop World versus World, but I will certainly not grind as much for this legendary. I do always want to be working on a legendary though. I usually try to do like 2 or 3 to give me a variety of things to do once I like log into the game. And that's why like after a while, people's complaints that there's not much to do in the end game of Guild Wars 2. Like after a while they answered that question with a lot of things to do. Um like Michelle just enjoys doing meta trains over in Heart of Thorns. Um I enjoy doing convergences now just for fun. I enjoy jumping on PvP. I enjoy World versus World. Like there's still a bit to do it, and like in the background, I'm just kind of grinding on legendaries. And if I get the Conflux here, I'm also willing to kind of check out what legendary ring the new expansion is going to have. Maybe that'll be something. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Draconic, for that right clicking on the treasures. That has made my life a lot easier. A lot more convenient. Especially when you get like 15 to 20 treasure chests in a row. I mean, not that I want to complain with how many treasure chests they gave me, because I mean, that also feels like, oh no, I was paid too much money. I like the Puppies of Balthazar look for the Warclaw. That is adorable. How are we doing on time? All right, well, we got less than an hour. Loot Wars enjoyment has its limits, though. Yeah, I mean, grinding for legendaries, grinding for like fashion. Um, for me, what has also helped me out has been just joining up with other people and helping them on their stories, like still kind of progressing through the story. Um, in the end, though, you're right. It does run out of enjoyment. Um, because you're hitting a wall. So I guess introducing new content over like new expansions is a good idea, but it needs to feel worthwhile. And it needs to have enough to kind of hold you over in between the other stuff. And it's a careful juggling act. I mean, getting too much loot. There's a point where it's like no longer that great. It's just a slog instead. Oh my god, yay, I got so much loot. Yeah. I mean, I'm trying not to take it for granted. And I'm trying to get it not to feel that way. Even though you're right, it can easily feel that way. Um, Loot inflation, right? The thing is like one of the things that really stuck with me is when they were saying, look, you don't have to starve to enjoy food. You don't have to withhold yourself in order to enjoy what it is. You just have to appreciate it. And that appreciation comes within you. And so it's just a matter of perspective. Um, and yes, that shouldn't be the only reason. There should be other things to do. But I don't know. I guess I try to appreciate the loot when the loot comes. Yay! Yay! 5 more. $6.59. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know how my friend was able to do this for like 8 to 9 hours, like a day. I was like, that's insane, bro. Follow the tag. Feels like a game of follow the leader. I guess that's the best way to describe PvP Zerg mode. Or like Simon Says, I guess. But also like Mad King Says a lot. So I don't know if I would diminish it by comparing it to that. All of these are being used, right? Good. Alright. Well, that makes it easier. Oof, oof, oof. I'm glad this week has been mostly trying to get back to normal. Last week was insane. It was my birthday week, so we did so much and slept so little. And we were always on the move. But I also started up my new contract last week, so it's also getting back out of the house, getting back into a business office, and dealing with people. I do miss being a full-time uh, cat caretaker and just playing with the kitty all day and taking naps whenever I wanted. But I mean, what can I complain about? I had an amazing like month and a half vacation. And I was paid well enough that I didn't really have to stress over like the money. So I guess it's just an acclamation from that to this. I just didn't realize how much how quickly I got used to that lifestyle and how much of an impact it was on me. Booyah. Now we're back here to follow the leader. We're following High Lord Mommy Doc. I do like getting back into the Shadowrun universe, though. I loved the video game Shadowrun Returns, Shadowrun Dragon Falls, and Shadowrun Hong Kong. I thought they were amazing games, and really they helped convince me to get into the tabletop game. Um, it's been a while. I've played a lot of Mage the Awakening from the World of Darkness, so I've been kind of in that headspace for a while since I've been writing a lot for it. And boy, am I glad my players were willing to like join me on some of these experiments, because a lot of this writing was very experimental, very artsy. So I wonder what they were going to be increasing in World versus World, because they were talking about like working on this. Uh, let's see here. I need to get higher. So much stuff. Should probably get moving. Whoa. La 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 la. Ah, bruh. Well, the beta is perpetual now, but it's not like finished. So what did they add to make it better, I guess? To draw in more players? I'm not really sure. Like, I know that that's what their goal was. I just don't know how they were defining it. Not sure what they will really mean, though. Okay, yeah, like, I didn't also understand. Like, all I got was, we're trying to make it better. But I don't know what that means. And, like, to be honest, I really couldn't give them advice. I wish I could. Because, like, if they came up and said, well, what do you think will make it better? I'd be like, I, I don't really know. I don't know what I want. Aside from matchups being less server based, okay. I'm not sure that they've really told us. I guess yeah, that's one thing. I would like to play with my friends, and I would like us to kind of be on the same team, especially if we all pick the same guild and make that a priority. Why aren't we on the same team? Why do we have to keep switching? I do like that we can switch, but I guess it's just, could you fix that? It feels like we're just on rotation here. I like all the various styles of people gathering stuff. Whew. How are we doing here? 660. 90 more tickets. Well, I'm glad that they did this little. I do like that they're promoting these different events to do. It gives you a bit more of a social calendar. It gives you something a little bit more to do, especially if you've already beaten the game and have like high-end stuff. Um, but it usually only gives you like a day or two of that before you're kind of done with it. Which is kind of why I'm glad that they make it last maybe a week. Because then you quickly move on to the next thing.
I'm neither here nor there.
Okay, I think all three of them are in use. Yeah, they are. Oh, they were? Now they are. A lot of moving around. Oh, man. Well, while the bonus event rewards seem finite,
You have all weaklings. Lightning bolt.
there's a buff that runs through the week that buffs it should the World vs. World XP and reward track XP. That is awesome, and that's a great way to make it last. I mean, I just noticed that. That's over here, Greater Call of the Mists. That is awesome to help you with getting some of the other stuff in this. It's a great idea.
Great justice. No.
Which means faster ranks and faster reward tracks, so more clovers and gobs or whatever you're working on. Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing it for sure. I didn't need all of those gifts of battle, but I mean, I'm not going to really complain about them. Let me get some more supplies. And for regular world versus world groups, it also means more bags. Woo! So play today. Or do what you want. Hopefully you're a grown adult. Make up your own mind. And if you're not, well, ask your parents what to do. They may be wrong, but at least you can blame them. Boop, boop, boop. As an adult, you're not very sympathetic when you blame others. Not that you couldn't, I'm sure you could. You can change the reward track. If it's one you've done before, it often gives 7 clovers the first time through. Ah. Well, I'm trying to collect my gifts of battle just in case, because if I do the Conflux, or work on the Conflux, I need, what, I think 6 of them? But bruh, I got 3, like, just today, right now, tonight. That's insane. But that's because of the special bonus event. Ah ha ha, I learned my lesson. See, I didn't Yoshi this time. Or splat with my Yoshi. Splat me once, shame on you. Splat me twice, well, I mean, both times were my fault. I like this little advertisement. Do you like to squirrel off and expect to get rescued? Do you want to be the tag's problem? Join the freeloading guildies and get your entitlement today. Whew. I think I'm gonna wrap up this particular minute over here, and then I think I'll be calling it a night. I still have a lot of homework to do that I'll be working on tomorrow. And then we have the movies in the morning, so I don't want to be too exhausted. But this has been amazing. It's been a lot of fun. Oh, that's so cute. I never noticed that they had the guild who owns it. Their little banners hanging. I guess because my usual view is this. That recruitment message is really asking for political discussion. It's bait. It's bait. I found it adorable. It's open. Go, rabble, rabble, rabble.
Strong.
I don't mind it, but they might mind were I to join. Well, because, I mean, what they think and like what someone, I don't know. I mean, maybe, like if they lived up to what they were saying, I guess maybe they're only being sarcastic and they don't mean it, or maybe they just don't realize how much of a handful it is. Maybe they're experienced trauma counselors. Maybe I should stick with the tag. Oh, there's a whole bunch of people here. Wow, this is what I was ignoring, huh? Well, you know, we each have our own part of the world. Oh my god! Well, so this is gonna suck to get back up there, because I'm gonna have to run back through my own army. Yep. Oh, whoops. Okay, I made a wrong turn. Oh, is that a mesmer? Ah! Oh, and then two people? Okay, this sucks. I blame myself! Yeah, no, I yeeted myself off the ledge over there. That sucks. Okay, well, I mean, it's a good point to kind of stop. Like, I do kind of have to, I don't have to stop, but I think it's a good place to stop. Let's sort through my inventories. Entitlement, despite more recent shadings, literally means something you're owed. Right. I mean, lately, it's been shifted a little bit more towards what you believe you're owed. But you're right. An entitlement, still in legal standings, is really what you're owed, what is due to you. I guess a sense of entitlement is how they were kind of streamlining it. Okay, I need keys for those. Okay, so I've already have an axe. Let's go for their staff. Yep, I already don't like that. Scepter. Sure, let's go scepter. Yay. I guess that's how they clarified it, is just there's more of a sense of entitlement. But either way, I think having those expectations sets you up a lot for failure. So equating it to freeloading means you're trying to gaslight me or others into thinking we're not really owed what we're owed, and thinking so is greedy. And thinking so is greedy. Yes, because the impression of freeloading, actually the definition of freeloading is that you're just a parasite. But you're right. If I'm entitled to it, then that's not gaslighting. That, for example, like me trying to drive my own car. Hey man, I bought it. I own it. Bruh. it is a blurring of the uses, and now we see where it starts to. Because at first it's like, look, using it like this way is harmless, and typically it is, except when it starts to kind of compound. Because then it becomes confusing. And that's where, like, the definition of words is kind of important at sometimes.
Never have too much treasure.
I mean, when used appropriately, I love the word entitlement. I think it's something amazing. But then again, I'm all about, like, assets. It's probably why I got into accounting. Thank you. Thank you, game. Much appreciated. Thank you, game. When in reality, the freeloaders, the parasites, are the ones who try to siphon off the money owed to the masses so they can line corporate profits. Kinda? I mean, I'll give you parasites, definitely. Freeloaders, I don't know if I agree with that one a lot.
You can never have too much treasure.
But I agree with you. I think the pursuit of profit as a priority has gotten out of hand. Not saying that, again, if you're a business, any sort of business, making a profit should be in your top 3. Maybe top 5 if you're a nonprofit. But making it the number 1 and not caring about bringing value, or at least an apparent value, to the consumer is where we've started to lose sight of, is where some companies have started to lose sight of it. And that's where we're starting to get into that problem, because I feel perhaps that it's gotten into their heads way too much, that they can't lose. And so they've gotten too cocky. Maybe not anymore. It's clearly gotten out of hand. And maybe that's part of why. Probably. And I think it's important to kind of reprioritize, or at least give an impression of reprioritizing, at least for the consumer's base. Like, I don't need you to feel like humble. I just need you to appear humble enough to be relatable to so your product is relatable to the consumers. Because most customers don't care whether you're genuinely that way or not. They just care about your actions. You're defined by your actions in many cases. How you feel isn't as important, unfortunately. Fortunately, unfortunately, it really depends on the situation. But I mean, I believe also that you should be judged by your actions, not necessarily your intentions in some cases. I know I've gotten into that discussion with my mom a lot, where she was like, well, I don't want you to buy me a Mother's Day present if you don't mean it. And I was like, but the purpose of it is me playing a role to kind of, for you playing a role. Like we're all just playing a role. If I'm going through the system, shouldn't we just go through it? Many of these corporations are at the point of, all right, if we let this happen and 50 people die, and we break all these laws, will we make more money or less? More? Okay, then let's do it. Yeah, I think it's gotten to that point with some corporations that's becoming a very big problem.
More people should learn to barter.
So I worked for a nonprofit for a while. And again, by its definition, nonprofit, we are not making a profit. We're not intended to make a profit.
Buying something?
But we still needed to have a budget. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to do what we were doing. But it was a great lesson in what we do and how we do it, as well as reacting to the public and what our image is. because especially as a nonprofit, like it should be important to you as a company in general. Um, but especially like as I think all businesses need to have like an idea of their image. And I think they just lost touch
You've got gold, right?
with people and like what works.
That looks found.
Again, I think they just drink their own Kool-Aid too much. Okay, I don't like the skinny skin a lot. That's all I need. I remember at my old work, I had a coworker who was like, "Hey man, you should be more humble." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, I think I think sometimes you can be too overconfident." And I was like, "What do you mean?" Such as that overconfidence causes me to make mistakes? No, well, because I wasn't causing mistakes. I was like, okay, is it because people won't want to work with me because my attitude kind of turns them off? Well, kind of. Okay. Um, be, became an echo chamber in some sense where they don't consider more. Yes, I think that's exactly it. I think they did. I think you nailed it right on the head, Draconic. I think they did become an echo chamber and didn't have anyone to kind of push back on their idea of, hey, maybe we shouldn't do this. And I think that's where they started to lose sight. Okay, I could buy more of those, more of these keys, but I'll just put it off here for right now.
Give me a report. What now?
But yeah, I mean, like, personally, I tend to like uh, corporate ideas in terms of like um, theory. I mean, I'm a business major, so I got into it because of that. But also, like, there needs to be a back and forth. There needs to be what's reasonable and what's unreasonable. And I think we crossed that threshold in a lot of ways for a long time. I mean, I don't want to say it's a recent development because it's not. I mean, the 80s were all about, like, the motto for the 80s was greed is good. Like, that's a horrible motto. But there was no pushback. There wasn't much pushback at the time. So it just caused businesses to get more and more confident that they can get away with it. I just think you're right. I think it has gotten a little bit out of hand. In some cases, a lot. Um, but we need to hold them accountable. We need to do different things, and I think that's very important. Okay, I had it with this character. Okay, we'll just go with that. Are there cards in here? That's cute. Okay, I'll keep it up to then. Boop. So we're at 665. 665 is 15 over. 100 minus 15 is 90. 85. 85 more tickets to go. Where are we at over here? Oof. So close. Well, I'll see if I can try to make more time and keep grinding on this because, like, it will help. If I need 85, that's 10, 17, 24, 31, 38, 40, 50, 59, 68, 77, 86. So like around gold, if I can get through gold, like definitely by the end of here, that'll be enough tickets. So it gives me a goal to get to. Okay. All right. Well, that is it. I'll be wrapping it up from here. But thank you guys for tuning in. Much appreciated. Hey, Shun. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Shun. Definitely. It is about an echo chamber. Yeah, I'm glad. Like, we talked about a lot. I love talking about business. I love talking about theories and everything else. But it'll be a new week soon. There's also tickets from the weekly World versus World. Is there? Let me let me see. Uh, Daily World versus World, weekly World versus World. Aha! You are a genius, Draconic. Thank you so much. This is gonna give me something to look forward to. Interesting. Hmm. All right, I'll get to work on that, and then I'll get the first one. 3 of those gets you 4 gold. Yeah, I noticed. Not bad. Especially since I love to like just buy stuff. All right. Well, you guys have a good night. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you, Draconic. Thank you, Shun. Thank you, Wins. Thank you, Cranberry. Thank you, everyone else who tuned in. If you're on YouTube, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I'm open to chatting about like almost everything here. I'm not particularly easily offended, and I try to be reasonable with most things. So feel free to bring up whatever you like. Beyond that, you guys have a good night. Thank you. If you're on Twitch and you're seeing this, be sure to check out our videos. Check out some of our videos that we had. Check out our schedule. See if there's any game you might like to watch. Or join us. Check out our schedule. Follow us so that way you're notified whenever we go online. And I'd love to hear what other games you have to recommend. Otherwise, I will see you guys tomorrow for Walking Dead. And then Sunday for Shining Force and Deltarune. And then, hi YouTube. I know it's been a bit. Sorry I skipped a video on the week. I will render these and will be only 1 week behind. So this is the closest you'll be to the real me. Beyond that, bye guys. Have a good night. Enjoy yourselves. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. Bye.